Kim Coleman. I'm joined by Sam Dougherty in this stream. This is our stream for non-coders to get more comfortable customizing their membership sites by adding code, scary, to their sites in a safe way.
We're going to be talking about when you're using the series drip feed content add-on, how you can add a custom post type. That could be courses, it could be a recipe. This image on the recipe blog post is actually a perfect example of those different custom post types within a series. And so this is showing the back end of the WordPress editor and how you order the series there. And so this is showing you've got your first episode probably is a video on a blog post, and then you've got a recipe custom post type, another blog post, a course custom post type, another blog post, and then a download. So that kind of, you can trickle in all of those things. Okay, so for what we're doing, I'm going to add a course, and right before we went live, I did add the courses for memberships add-on that we have built. Just our basic courses. Okay, and the default is enabled. So why am I not seeing courses on my, oh, there it is. Open your eyes. Okay, so I'm going to add a new course. And I'm going to say that this is the course I probably already have this as a blog post, but we're going to learn all about PHP because that's what Coding with Sam is about. But I'm just going to publish this course with nothing on it. When you're publishing your course, you're going to have the course and the lessons and all the whole kit and caboodle of the thing. But I'm hoping I can just show how to add the course to my series without actually having that full course made for you guys, because I don't want to waste your time with me making things up. So now that I have that, I do want to make sure that on my plugins list, we've used the series drip add-on before in a Coding with Sam, but I do not have it activated anymore. So we're going to activate that. And then we get a new menu item called series. And we may already have a series. Yes, we have a learning how to code series. It came back from the one that I did previously. So we can go ahead and edit this series that I have. And right now, if we drag up the meta boxes on the bottom, I have 2 different blog posts within this Learning How to Code series. And they're a delay of 7 days each. Right now, if I was to add a post or a page, I cannot add my course. It's not going to show up. Learn all about it. There's no results found about that. So what we're going to do is take this code, copy this, go into our Snippets plugin by Code Snippets Pro. Not ours, but we love them.
Our recommended, yes.
Our recommended plugin. So this is going to be add courses to series add-on and enter that code. So then this is going to be where we adjust the code where it says, okay, backing up. The function is adding this custom post type to the series. The next line is, what is that post type called? And Kim, you said that
I can tell you the easiest way to locate this.
Go for it.
If you'd like. So once you know what your post type you're using, usually in WordPress, you'll have a menu item in the left, like we do here for courses. So if you go to that menu item courses, add new, it should populate in the URL with the post type name.
Post type equals pmpro_course.
Yeah. So there's tons of ways that plugins might be. Yeah.
Here.
Yep. So it's a unique identifier, a unique slug for that post type. If you're using advanced custom fields, for example, that facilitates adding a post type to your site. You'll have named it yourself, so that would be accessible to you within advanced custom fields settings for your post type you created. There's another one called CPT UI. Similarly, you give it a unique name. So, yeah.
And if we wanted to add another post type, would it be comma and then the single bracket? And
it would not in this case. It would be duplicating the full line on its own new line So sometimes we append things to arrays in different ways. So in this example, those 2 square brackets are shorthand to say, we know this is an array of content and we want to insert a new named object into the array. But there's other ways to append. There are comma-based versions of appending items to arrays or merging 2 arrays, but in this case, it would be a duplicate the line.
And both lines would want the semicolon at the end.
Correct.
Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and, whoop, not that much. I'm going to get rid of...
This is next level, Sam. You got it.
I'm only adding one custom post type, but I did want to show if you wanted to add another one, exactly how that would be done.
Yep.
So that's what we're doing. We're going to save and activate this. Now, if I go back to my series.
This is where we cross our fingers and toes.
Yes. Now I should be able learn all about PHP is now in there.
Throw the confetti.
And I think if I put a delay of 3 days, this will add it in between the 2. So we're
no, it
the
probably
way
won't.
Maybe.
I think it adds it after. Oh, it did. Okay.
Order
Good.
1, 2, 3. Boom.
Good job.
So the way I have it set up now is going to be in my series. The first day that you sign up for this, you're going to understand PHP variables and data types. That's just a blog post that I have. That's going to get your feet wet. And then you're going to go into the All About PHP course that probably has multiple lessons in it, probably more in depth, considering you're learning all about it. And then at the very end, you'll be reading another blog post about using PHP arrays for data management, which that was definitely something that AI made, and I have no idea what it means.
I'm just going to remove the screen for a second and just comment on, some people would ask, why doesn't the series add-on automatically detect and add every post type automatically? Why do I have to do this? And we get asked that a fair bit for things that involve a subtle tweak like this. And it can seem like an obvious destination to say, just detect all. There's logic in WordPress to say, what are all the CPTs registered in this site? Add them all. But that creates clutter that you might not actually need. The act of searching for things to add to the series, it becomes a larger query. It's heavier on your site. It's heavier on the processing power of your site. It's more confusing for you if you have multiple things named the same and you don't know, is that the event I'm hosting about that, or is that the course I'm hosting about that? Yes, you have to add a little bit of code, but I think the complexity is worth the trade-off of adding that bit of code than not having this cluttered list of things that don't really apply to your series content. If you ever find yourself questioning why a decision was made, maybe we have a good answer or maybe we don't, and you're revealing something super cool. So raise a hand in our Slack community and ask why. It can create good improvements to this open source code base, or we can say, I didn't think of it that way. This is how we think about it and why we make those decisions. Yeah. I had to
Some of those decisions may have been at the very first version of an add-on, and while we update all of our plugins and add-ons regularly, it may not be something that has been brought back around to our attention, and maybe it's not something that we're actively using. And so that is also a good way to say, hey, why isn't it doing it this way? Or wouldn't it be better if it was done this way or that way or that? And it may even be an improvement for everybody. The add-on for everybody. In fact, just a few weeks ago, Kim and I were on a call with somebody on our Max plan, and she was explaining the struggles that she was having with our approval process add-on. And out of that call, we actually facelifted the entire admin functionality of the approvals add-on and made it better for everybody.
Yes. And that's not one we use ourselves. So that is one of those blind spots where we need people like you watching to come in and say, this has friction. This could be cleaner. This could be easier for me to use. And I agreed completely. So yeah, if you were using the approvals add-on and saw that facelift, you have someone in the Slack community, the Paid Memberships Pro Slack community, and our Max plan to thank for that. Cool. If you're using the series add-on, considering a cohort, and you might need to do something like Sam demoed today by adding that post type in, it's doable. It was a very simple update, and we're always here in the Slack community. Our support team can help you. If you are a Max customer, this is something that you could ask for as a do it for me. So check out our do it for me submit a support ticket from your My Support Tickets page and just ask our team, put in a request, and someone on our team will go into the site, understand your requirements, and safely make that update for you. So super cool benefit of being a Max customer. If you're curious about PM Pro Max, there's a link on our pricing page to help you set up a call to talk with Sam or other people on our team to get more information. We know that migrating an existing functioning profitable membership site sounds very scary, and we've done so many of them at this point without issue, and people are just loving the site speed and the connection to our team. So check that out.
We'll see you in the next video.